last Honkai Star Rail video until the next update. There are some people that I left here that we still need to talk to. And so, I'm gonna get this off my thing. There's no point to playing any Cosmo Odyssey. There's no reason to play it. There's no reason. We've already got all the rewards. Who cares? Look at me. See? Nobody's fucking... Wait, huh? Dude, nobody fucking does this now. But how the... Okay, we don't look over there. But how the hell can my fucking phone account be #1? What the fuck? Bullshit. Anyway. Got some things to finish up here. What do? How about I just go get my fortune told? Or should I head to the main street to catch a spring loader? Get your fortune told? For my job, I coincidentally ran into a Foxian from Ciencio. She's the real deal, just that her fee is a bit dear. Hey wait, it's Destiny that we encountered each other. How about you give me a couple suggestions? I'll take your silence as consent. Let me ask, if you had two choices in front of you, to be a carefree and highly paid employee, or chase your dreams through hardships in the name of freedom, which would you do? Can't I just be a lazy bum? Freedom forever, obviously. You feel that way too. That's right. Even if dreams have long been corrupted by money, we should never abandon our pursuits. Thanks for your help, but this matter is of utmost importance to me. I still have to ponder on it properly. Hold on.
A dream?
I once naively thought that, as an artist, all I need to do was to pour my creativity into my work and flaunt my artistic talent. Until I wormed my way out of my gilded cage, that I realized that a piece had to be more than just exciting and unique to receive attention and adoration. When you lose a team that did everything for you, you have to pay attention to market trends and family policies. Whatever, manage your resources and production timelines. Personally promote yourself and manage your sponsors and network. You even have to spend huge amounts of effort on combating copyright disputes. Now that I think of it, I was so dumb in the past. The shadows of finance and power are always pulling the strings behind the glamour of the art world. Who would be able to survive with just passion?
A dream where
Those flavor-of-the-mouth indie dream bubble artists. You think their works are really one of a kind? Perish the thought. They simply lucked out and rode the wave of popularity. Honestly, it wouldn't be that hard if I really wanted to return to the Iris family fold, even if my recent works were, lambasted. My influence and fan base are still intact. I'm still more cost-effective than building up a newbie with a smaller style. Anyway, I'm still of some value to them in my current state. They've always been excellent in resetting an artist's career and creating some new hype for them anyway. Doesn't cost that much for them. It's a cage, but at least I'll be clothed and fed. I see no downside to this deal. So why am I struggling with this decision? So what if I can't take it lying down? So what if I possess exceptional talent? When money and power become insurmountable barriers, how can the so-called art even preserve its purity?
a dream where
The man gazes entranced at the Hamster Ball Knight's poster on the wall. His lips are parted into a contented grin. Perhaps in his fantasies he has overcome the obstacles, could become a free man and achieve his dream. You walk away quietly as if to not disturb his daydream inside. I'm green with envy. The PPC before you is looking at the Hanu sign in midair with a sorrowful face. He has a unique aura that makes him stand out. After contemplating for a while, it suddenly occurs to you that this aura is loneliness. What are you envious of? Nothing much, I'm just envious of the friendship that Clocky and Hanu share. Although I've never watched much of Clocky's animations, I'm still moved by the pure friendship between them. I too have an important friend, but our friendship is going through a rough patch. In fact, I'm quite upset because of this. To prove myself to him, I ventured to Penacony and became a dreamscape motivator. Unfortunately, so I've yet to come up with any solutions that can help us mend fences to this day. Perhaps our friendship is already over. Oh, forgive me for rambling on. I hope your mood isn't affected. Have a great time. Can I touch the fluff ball on your head? What? You're joking. I'm sorry, I'm not in the mood for that right now. If you're serious about it, I suggest that you drop the idea immediately or I'll report you to the Bloodhounds. Now please stay away from me.
Hour-long French.
I mean... Nah, bro. We ain't gotta talk about all that nonsense, trust me. We got clockwork to do, much more important. That old friend of mine, he used to be my role model and mentor, but he ended up becoming the biggest obstacle to my progress. I feel regretful about that. We've argued many times. When he condemned me at first, I tried to defend myself. As time went on, neither of us gave in. We just kept hurling insults at each other in the end. He began penning book after book to refute everything he deemed heretical, while I traveled to Penacony all by myself to become a dreamscape motivator. Having said that, the nature of my work is actually similar to the one of the Dreamweaver. As practical applications of my theories, I've designed some gadgets for the family, like the Dream Peak call in the streets. We both were obsessed with our fields, trying hard to prove that we were the right one. However, this fight had lost its meaning. At the end of the day, we didn't even argue with each other anymore. What was left between us was sheer silence. I know I'm a coward, yet there's no way I can ever accept the fact that he passed away before me. There's no chance for us to ever patch things up. Perhaps I should seek help for the family. Huh.
Hour-long.
As a scholar of the Intelligentsia Guild, he actually thought of monopolizing knowledge. What a massive joke. That would be if others heard about it. Indeed, his research in the field of dreams and psychology was unparalleled, but that didn't give him the right to be a tyrant, or to decide whether some thoughts and speech should exist. Look at what he did. He turned ordinary academic conference into ceremonies for him to pick his disciples by setting up contrived rituals and throwing in convoluted jargon. People were no longer free to speak their minds and converse with each other. All these voices opposing him were labeled as heretical. He even, oh by noose, attempted to make me an executioner and his accomplice. And I was deemed a traitor for wanting to pursue knowledge and form my doctrine in my own way. How ridiculous. Just why? Why did he turn out like this?
Hour-long French.
Oh, I thought I almost heard Naruto. Did you know that the first time we met, our dinner lasted all throughout the night till breakfast the following day? We had so much to talk about. I still remember the breakfast menu that morning, as clearly as I can remember every conversation I've had with him. I looked up to him so much at the time. He was more like a father and a mentor to me. Now that he is gone, I can say these things a lot more easily. Yes, I once idolized and relied on him. Once upon a time, my greatest aspiration was to create an academic platform only for him, where he could shine and impress everyone with his wisdom. He was irreplaceable. It would be great if I could forever immerse myself in those beautiful memories. I'll be with you in a second. Isn't there two of you in here, actually? There's somebody actually over by the bird, I believe. Yeah, over by the bird, there's someone there. That one's a lot harder to find, I think. I still have to find the rest of the birds, which I guess I'll just do later. Okay, I think I made it up that someone's over here. I thought there was one more person who had like a clockwork thing to do. I swear there was, but I don't know where they are. Hey kid, would you like to learn about the Galactic Warzone Relief Foundation? The Foundation is dedicated to eliminating the suffering caused by the war. with several intergalactic enterprises joining forces to provide medicine, food, and employment, and other forms of humanitarian assistance for over 8 billion refugees. Well, let me help out too. Bless your kindness, kid. It's precisely because of so many kind-hearted friends such as yourself that the Foundation is able to carry on to this day. Money merely forms the arteries of any charity, but it's kindness from within that pumps the lifeblood like a heart. This universe is filled with sin, orphans with no place to call home, slaves bound in shackles, people deprived of their own humanity. The dead are nothing but a cold number beneath the smug hand of the executioners who commission these wars. Even if we have no way of stopping the war from happening, we can at least mitigate the trauma caused by letting wealth play out its true purpose. That's the original idea behind establishing this foundation of mine. May peace come to all worlds. Relax, kid, it will become true. One day it will. That I pray, from the bottom of my heart. And when that day comes, the Foundation will lose its raison d'etre, and I'll be free to pick up my true passion and joy once more. And so everyone will come to laugh again and hold hands together, indiscriminate of species or class. When that day comes, I'm going to hand off my business to someone else, find a quiet planet somewhere all to myself, and just lie on the grass, thinking about nothing and doing even less. Here comes the clockwork. Why do your eyes look kinda empty, though? Okasana's muted saintly smile suddenly breaks out into a grin, startling you. She tries taking it back, but it doesn't seem to work. Oh, my heart is dancing and soul glad. Joaquin the dollar holding hands, and the skies are showering with money. My happiness is like a red giant star singing as it slowly expands in the vacuum of space, shooting high like a growing number. Hey kid, you know what? On my home planet, people dance beneath the starry night sky while we do business deals. The more outrageous your dance moves are, the more lucrative your deal is going to be. After leaving home, I gradually grew used to the outside world with all its rules, but every time I feel happy, I can't help but want to invite everyone to come and dance with me, just like now. It's a real shame that you're just a kid and can't keep up with the pace of life's dance. Good news, I take it? Good news? Sure, since coming to Penacony, my soul has rarely felt so at ease. Soon, there will be a big deal coming down the line. Could be several deals, more than enough to buy a dozen asteroids. If I capitalize on this momentum, more and more of these deals are gonna come a-knockin', and things will start to snowball. Just look! That's my reward for being kind. And right now, kid, I might just need a little of your kindness. Need a hand with something? You get it. I'll really make this worth your while. I just remembered an important deal in Penacony that hasn't been settled yet. I've been so busy with the Foundation that I completely forgot, and I'm completely tied up with things here for the time being. It's a cinch. Just grab the batch of toys I stashed at the theme park, and take them over to the meeting spot at the golden hour. That's it. And this here is your hard-earned rumination. I mean, even the greatest act of kindness would never last long without a little recompense, right? She's like really one of the characters that doesn't need all that much done for her. But I gotta take a thumbnail around here, so a thumbnail for this video. This will take just a moment. There we are. That'll be the thumbnail for this one. God, why does it do this? I bet you Zen with Zone Zero is probably gonna have that menu and I'm gonna be struggling with it. "15 minutes so far, so I have to hope that this quest actually takes 15 more minutes. Taking a peek into the immaculate bag, you see it's filled with ordinary toys. You cannot understand how they're selling so well. Perhaps this is what Okasana might call a return of goodwill.
It's getting late. Where to now?
It's like, hey, you got the stuff? You got the toys? You confirm and reconfirm that this guy is indeed the buyer of the toys. He looks super shady as he's standing there, as though he's planning to deal in something dodgy. Did you bring the stuff? The finest goods in all of Penacony. They sure are. High quality at a low price. There's none better in all the galaxy. I've been holding out for ages, but the wait is finally over. After so long with no word, I was worried that Miss Okisana got cold feet, but I've just been projecting my own staging and concerns onto a gracious lady. With these toys, we should be able to make it through the rest of this typical year coming up. Shouldn't be taking a hit when us have the toys for such a low price. There really is no way to repay such kindness. Are toys really that important to you? My friend of Miss Okasana entrusted you with this delivery, and she must place great faith in you. I won't keep you in the dark. She probably didn't tell you because she doesn't want too many people knowing about her charity. But I'm not having that. Good people should be praised, and good deeds should be lauded. My home system is in the quadrant racked by war. Military coups and puppet regiments are about as common as the stars in the sky. But whoever is in power, it's always the people who suffer under oppression. Even if they squeeze out our last drop of blood, those savages will still find a way to pick all the meat off our bones, so that even the vultures end up starving to death. And who would bring hope to us corpses to be? Miss Okasana. Using her influence and finances at the Foundation, this galactic activist provides us with armed support almost free of charge. Those everyday toys you see here are able to be converted into special chips once they get back to the real world, then exchanged for arms to resist our oppressors. Do you get it now? She's not selling toys to us, but our lives and our futures. And for that, I wouldn't hesitate 1 second to cut my own heart out and give it to her. So long, dear friend. I envy the peace here, but Penacony's not where I belong. There's a whole load of people on the other side of the galaxy awaiting liberation, and that's where I need to be. Next time you see Miss Okasana, please make sure you pass on my thanks to her, my friend. I hope you also keep your heart in the right place. Is this the latest model on the market? This force field is paper thin. It's the largest model out of the one that can fit inside alleyways and tunnels, friend, and force fields always need a generator. We can always try something bigger, like installing a clunky tail behind each generator to serve as target practice for the oppression. How about that? Of course, you can also approach the IPC or the Intelligentsia Guild, if they're willing to sell. Don't be like that. Anyone with eyes can tell how good the quality of your toys has been for years now. It's just that in those quadrants, none of them are honest anymore. Our finances just can't take the hit anymore. I know exactly how you're able to afford. I know exactly how much you're able to afford. So quit the haggling. It's a fixed price. If you don't want them, fine. There's probably someone out there who needs these toys even more than you do. I can always sell to them instead. I want the stuff. The down payment will be with you tomorrow. You don't have to be so cutthroat about it. That's a clever choice. The Intelligentsia Guild really should dissect your brain for research and find out how it makes up stops you and find out how it makes up stops you from being destroyed by nightmares. That was quick. Those dithering schmucks at the Foundation could really learn a thing or two from you, kid. How'd the deal go? Everything smooth? Why did you hide everything from me? It wasn't on purpose. As you know what kind of person I am, I just didn't want you to look at me with tinted glasses, even if they were tinted with positivity. Kid, the funding that the Foundation invests isn't just coming from me. Champions of peace and life across the galaxy all deserve our gratitude for their kindness. And I'm not some great galactic activist. I'm just a guide who provides a platform for everyone to use. There are so many worlds out there in the universe under the yoke of tyranny and oppression where even mere survival has become a luxury. To their oppressors, the residents aren't even good people, but simply fuel for their tyrants' money printer. Anybody would sympathize with them when confronted with such tragedy, and that forms the basis for why our foundation was established. So I support them purely out of personal compassion. In my view, helping them fight against oppression isn't any kind of charity, but rather my duty and responsibility as an individual of wealth. So who was that just then? Just a regular of mine with a filthy temper. They make custom weapons to be put down, and, I mean to fight against the antimatter region. You did great this time. Just think about it. Thanks to your help, millions of oppressed people will be able to overthrow their tyrannical regimen. You can be proud of that, kid. Despite Okasaka you're feeling paranoid. Find the lady, find her now. That mysterious person shouldn't have wandered off too far. Maybe I can ask her a few questions. Are you the one who was coming to see Okasana before? What, don't tell me her consciousness got the better of her, and she'd like to cut us half a price deal now. Knowing her, there's more chance of the IPC converting to AHA than there is to that ever happening. Isn't she a galactic activist, though? Activist? Oh my. Well, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Let me guess what she told you. Oh, since my childhood friend died in the name of charity, I've taken up her mantle and dedicated myself to reliving the torments of war, and that's why we decided to establish this foundation of ours. Take a guess how many times she's given this spiel before, and how much investment she's swindled out of people. But what about the foundation? You want to know the real why the foundation was established? Money laundering. They take that money and invest it into weapon manufacturers, then use the foundation to pull the wool over people's eyes. It's a shrewd hustle. A big shot philanthropist throughout the galaxy? Don't make me sick. Every time there's another ding-dong on that bank account, a new shipment of arms sets sail. Want to know which part of the story I like best? Whenever any conflict reaches a ceasefire, the Foundation's humanitarian relief supplies will be dispatched to the planet alongside a small army of photographers. And then they'll say, please put down arms and let everybody negotiate peacefully. I'm telling you, the best job for her isn't being an arms trader, but rather a stand-up comedian. Just a bunch of clowns. What was that line she just pulled? Keep on being kind, kid. But there's no use telling you all this. I have to hurry back to deal with the president of ours. Once I finish putting down the uprising, my force will be executing that two-faced maggot too. She was selling to the other side too. She was selling weapons to both of you to try and provoke a war so she could milk both sides. Are you happy for her to get away with it? Listen, buddy, to be honest with you, I've met a lot of crooks in my time, so I kinda like you. But let me remind you that this universe isn't as innocent as you think it is. Of course I know who cut those crooks a discount on those weapons, and we'll have to keep buying the weapons from that lady for as long as they resist us. Why would she ever give up a cash cow like that? Those ignorant dunks should be thanking her for all this. Arms dealers are like hyenas, hedging their bets. They make money the more casualties there are, but we don't care. All we care about is having better weapons and better gear than those scoundrels, and whether or not we can beat them. You come from a peaceful homeworld, and might not put this knowledge into practice for the rest of your life, but who knows? The kid who buys a toy doesn't care if the hands that sell it to him are covered in blood, until one day in the future when they themselves are reduced to a red smear. 5 amber eras ago, our quadrant used to be peaceful too, but look at it now. It stinks worse than the stomach of a void song whale. That's war for you. You never know when it'll fall on your head. Then the swarms of arms dealers and mercenaries will come, flocking to the scent. The smell of profit is so sweet that one whiff, you'll never be able to wean yourself off of it. So long, buddy. I hope we never have to meet again on the battlefield at the end of the cosmos. Kid, what are you doing back here? Is it good news? It must be karma repaying your kindness. You've lied to me. What happened? Something bad? There, let me take care of your worries. That's just life. There'll always be something annoying happening, but we have to keep soldiering on. If even we can't endure such setbacks, what hope do we have living in actual war zones? I know that you're an arms dealer. I should have known. I should have sewn that general's whip shut before I let him go. That's why I hate having to deal with these guys who only have antimatter minds for brains. Politicians are far smarter. Kid, there's no such thing as right and wrong in the world outside the dreamscape. Having money and staying alive so you can spend the money, that's the only truth there is. If you were in my shoes, what would you do? That's cold hard cash we're talking about. If I pulled it all out in the bank and stacks would cover up a mountain, no, make that a whole mountain range, as long as the rebels have enough steam to resist, then the junta's weapon orders represent a bottomless pit, funneling money stolen from the people directly to us. Therefore, the rebels cannot win, but they can't lose. It's just like that old fable about the frog carrying the scorpion across the river. No, it's casting a long line to catch a bigger fish. Don't give me that snide look. I'll have you know that without my supplies, they wouldn't even get a chance to resist. The state's machine of oppression would just eradicate them before nightfall, roots and all. And what's more, I've been asking the Foundation to put this money back into aid to help war refugees. If you round everything up, am I not actually helping the people get their own money back? Didn't you say you want to eliminate war? The only lesson I learned from war is that nothing ever changes. Kid, if you can't stop it, then you might as well try and put it to work for you. Whenever there's warfare, there are profits to be made. I don't know what the family dosed me with, spreading such a great line of business like this and recruiting people like into the charity cause instead. This sum should make up for deceiving you. From now on, we don't know each other. You've never seen me, and I've never seen you. You can keep your filthy blood money. Care to reconsider? Even here in Penacony, you can find countless people struggling day and night to try and make this kind of money. Ditch your naive ideas and justice always prevailing. One is an abstract number light years away, and the other is profits right under your nose. The right answer couldn't be any clearer. If it helps, I can give you even more. I can't take it anymore. Listen up, you warmonger. I'll give you a taste of some Trailblaze medicine. You may be anticipating a heated battle, but unfortunately Miss Okasana hounds have made it onto the scene. The famous entrepreneur was struggling to recover when the hounds had made it. Absolutely worthless. Ever thought about joining up with us bloodhounds? We can negotiate on your salary. I'm not even kidding. If it weren't for you catching this crook so soon, who knows how many planets in the cosmos would have been obliterated. Here's your bonus. And on behalf of all those children who are still alive because of you, thank you. Are you gonna come quietly, big shot philanthropist? One day you will come to regret your naivete. Okasana stares at you in rage. Looks like she's finally getting a taste of her own karma. I wouldn't really say we Lord of War. Don't you mean God of...